Hello, welcome to the channel. It's Radko from Radko Tarot. And in this whole video, we're going to look into Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and as well Libra Rising. Weekly General Tarot reading March 22nd up until March 28th, 2021. And if you are finding yourself interested in a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to find a link to my website where you can view and purchase, of course, either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, let's move to the Libra General Tarot reading. And the first card you do have, guys, that is going to be the Seven of Pentacles. Moving next, we do have the Ace of Swords, followed by the Three of Swords. Afterwards, that is going to be the Knight of Swords. And the last one we do have, that is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. And I should say here, it's all good if it ends good, right? So, but that being said, Libra, you do have a lot to think about for what it seems throughout this week. And it seems that this week is going to be a huge retrospective upon your endeavors in general. So hold on a second. And with the first card here at the start of the week, you are, it's a situation like where you stop for a moment and say, hold on a second, what I am doing right now, and is what I am doing in general does make sense. So at the start of the week, you are to find yourself not that attentive to either your career or to either your relationship, and there will be nothing wrong with that state of yours, because with the Seven of Pentacles, what kicks in within you, Libra, it is, I can't say that it is the sense of self-righteousness, but it is the sense of self-worth. And simply, you would not want to be taken for granted at the start of the week, not just only at the start of the week, but from that moment moving forward. You wouldn't want to pretty much throw yourself into stuff and into endeavors that does not cherish your incorporation, what you're giving into them. So in other words, here with the Seven of Pentacles, instead of laying everything you got everywhere it's demanded, you're to think very carefully, what deserves your attention, who deserves your attention, who deserves your resources, who deserves your love, for example, what deserves your incorporation, and so on and so forth. Seven of Pentacles also, it could play out as a important event that it is lurking behind the corner, which is pretty much giving you those answers. I will give you an examples at the end of the reading. For now, we are going to leave it at that. But it is important at the start of the week to give yourself a break, just so you can think carefully about, once again, how you go by your day, how you go by your work, how you go by your relationship, and is what you are giving into them, it's reciprocally returned. No different than you are suffusing one person with love and they treat you like a crap. So that thing should stop one way or the other. And for these kind of aspects of your life, you are to stop and think about very carefully at the start of the week. And as you do stop and start thinking about it, Ace of Swords starts to take place. And that is the awareness, the grasp that you are going to have upon the reality of the situations. Some situations will seem that, they are very good to proceed forward with. Other situations, not that much. But the thing with the Ace of Swords, it is that not just only you're going to have the eyes for the truth. I think in Japanese it's called the death god eyes. That is just it's something I read recently, where you pretty much have the eyes to see not the future, but the reality. Anyway, so you're gonna have the eyes for the reality of the situation. At that status here, at that stage of the week, if you have been lied, if you have been deceived, if you have been beguiled into something, that will pretty much going to be exposed, all of it. And like I said, it's not just only that you are going to be able to see the truth there, but you're also going to have the spiritual strength to take it all in and to cope with it. And at that point, usually what is accompanied at that point, it's some drastic maneuvers from your behalf, just so you can get over with it and move on with your life, whatever it is, to get over with the rough patch you have to do, to get over with the difficult maneuver you have to do as well in order to succeed into your project, and so on and so forth. Bottom line, it is that at this stage of the week here, Libra, if you have been baffled about certain things in your life, if you were uncertain or unsure, is that proposition real or not? Is this person loves you or not? And so on and so forth. All that's revealed, and you will pretty much gonna know what you gotta do, and you're gonna have the spiritual strength to do it. Which, by the way, will revoke, or evoke is the word, evoke a very similar memories from the past, and that is what the Tree of Swords stands about. Tree of Swords pretty much reflects to the negative thinking. It reflects to the poignant thoughts that sweep in and twist and tangle your mind. Because what you are to go through, realizing the reality of the situation, or seeing the reality of the situation at that stage, will seem very similar to experiences you do had from the past. That is one way how we can read the card. The other way, it is belief into the doom and gloom, in a sense of that you are feeling like you are with your back against the wall and there is no way through, which is highly untrue here. In fact, Three of Swords, it's a very positive card, believe it or not, because what the card stands for, it is that the harder it is, the better you are, or the better performance you put in. But that is only under the condition if you do not allow the negative thoughts of defeat, for example, of a failure, of that the history is going to repeat itself as well, to again twist and tangle your mind. Just focus on the goal and push forward, while the goal needs to be imperative. The goal needs to be, I want to be happy. Whom with? That's irrelevant. I want to be successful. Where? With what with? Again, irrelevant. So at that stage, you have to catch on those opportunities or those aspects of your life that gives you the potential to be happy or to be successful. They may not be what you wanted them to be. For example, it may not be the person you want to be with, maybe another one. Nonetheless, you have the opportunity. And that is the negative thoughts that the Tree of Swords reflects in your case. Of course, it could be way more material from at that stage, because as we see here, seeing the truth and so on and so forth, people may think, well, that may reflect cheating. I say myself at the start of the week, wait a minute, my partner doesn't act as they should, and so everything comes to clear that they are seeing another man or another woman, and that pretty much hurts you deeply, which is the Three of Swords. But again, Three of Swords, while they are an emotional turmoil, is caused by the negative thoughts. You just have to accept what is going on and just move on. And at that stage, you have to decide, are you happy with this man or with this woman or not? And simply decide accordingly to what you are going to come up with as an answer. But just in a general state with the Three of Swords, the faster you accept these, say, poignant circumstances, the better, because the more poignant they are, the better you're going to end up at the end. And right after the manifestation of the Three of Swords, a person steps in. That is the Knight of Swords. And these individuals, they do have a really sharp mind. They do have a very strong intellectual abilities. What I mean is that they are always capable to see things from the bright side of life, and are always capable to see the reason behind things, and not just only that, but also, how do you say it, the positivity behind any kind of a situation. And that is because the Knights of Swords, it is the only court of swords that gives some kind of a value over their emotions. Whatever decision they make, while it is logically supported, is also aligned with their emotions. And here I do believe that this person, while you can have a cooperation with them further into the future, any kind of cooperation, it could be relationship or it could be business cooperation, that is something that is left again for the distant future. At that stage, the Knight of Swords steps up and pretty much tries very genuinely, in fact, to convince you that what happened to you, that truth you have to cope with, isn't the end of the world. I mean, people are going through such things all the time, and life doesn't end here, and you just have to move on from that. Because, like we said at the start of the reading, there are events that lurk behind the corner, and you just have to open yourself for them. And if that poignant event was so big that sucked away your drive for life, these new events are going to give you back that drive for life. And it's what happens at the end of the week, simply. Here with the Ace of Pentacles, this is where no matter what happened here, no matter what you had to cope with throughout the week, at the end you do find the strength to further your goal. And like we said, the goal needs to be imperative. I want to be happy, I want to be successful. And by following, chasing that goal, the content starts how can I say, reviving itself back. The joyful life starts regaining itself back. The fullness as well of experiences from your endeavors starts to take place once again. And at that stage, at the end of the week, you again are going to start striving toward harmonious relationships, toward successful business endeavors. So while the week, it could be, how can I say, challenging, I will not say difficult, but while the week could be challenging, it will have that very pronounced shade of sobriety. It's pretty much gonna sober you from, if you are flying on the cloud 9, it's gonna ground you in a good sense, while it could be through a rather unpleasant symptoms. But at the end, you again are going to have the well, I'll say it that way, your life at the end, if it lost its worth, because it may happen in some cases, or whatever worth it lost, is going to regain it back at the week, and even is going to add on top of it. So don't, how can I say, just don't close yourself, Libra. I mean, it doesn't serve anybody service, nor it does serve any service of yours. Whatever truth you are to come up to, just accept it, because truth is truth, and it's the only thing you can do, to accept it, live through it, experience it, heal from it if you need to, and just move on with your life, because beautiful things are awaiting you, guys, here with the Ace of Pentacles. There will be a shame if you give a room for the poignant experiences to ruin these harmonious relationships and these successful business maneuvers, to pretty much either be delayed or being diminished or abated. So that being said, that was your weekly general tarot reading, March 22nd up until March 28th, 2021. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do liked it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.